everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Huck. Today I'm going to tell you about my TBR for the Witchathon. So the Witchathon is a readathon that is taking place from October 24th to October 31st, so the last full week of October. As you might be able to tell from the name, it is a witchy themed readathon, so of course I was really excited. I love witchy books, and it is hosted by Rhiannon from Crescent Moon Reads, and I will link her video with more information about it down below, and also the Twitter for the readathon. I am really excited about this readathon because I love witchy books, and I think this will be really good to get into the spirit of Halloween. I have a relatively small TBR for this readathon because this is actually happening right during my midterms for grad school, so I may not be able to read a ton, but I still really want to participate. I have a couple of books here, and hopefully I will get through at least one, if not more. And I'm going to be doing some of the challenges as well, but I'm definitely going to be doubling up on my challenges for books because, as I said, I may not have a ton of time for reading, but I'm still excited to participate. So since I'm doubling up on challenges, instead of going through the list of challenges and holding up books for them, I'm gonna go through each book that I have on my TBR and then say which challenges they correspond to. And I'll also have the challenges in the description below if you want to see what they all are in order. And of course you can always find them on Rhiannon's video and on the Readathon Twitter account. So the first book that I have on my TBR, and the one that I definitely will be getting to, is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the second book in her Raven Cycle series. This is a reread for me. This is one of my new favorite series that I read for the first time last year, I think, and then I really wanted to read it again this year in the fall time because it has great eerie, spooky, but magical vibes to it. It's a very atmospheric book. It's about a group of friends who are searching for a dead Welsh king, but there is a myth that if you find the dead Welsh king, he is not actually dead, he is actually asleep, and if you can wake him, he will kind of give you a wish or a gift. So this band of friends is adventuring around rural Virginia trying to find this dead Welsh king. So this one counts for a few of the prompts. The first one is, this time of year is about preparing for the dark and gathering enough harvest for winter. Read a book that is bound to make you warm and happy. And so this one will definitely count for that since it is a reread. I know that I really enjoy this book already. I love the writing style and how atmospheric it is, but I also really love the characters and the friendships of these characters in this story, and they're just so endearing and heartwarming, and I just love these a lot, so I know that this book will definitely make me feel very warm and happy. The next prompt that this one will work for is, the veil between worlds is thinnest. Read a book that has paranormal elements. And so this one has ghosts and psychics, it has ley lines, it has other magical creatures and spirits. So this one definitely has quite a few paranormal elements to it. And the last one that this counts towards is, every witch needs their coven, buddy read a book. So I will be buddy reading this with Kara from Wild Book Garden, and I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be a lot of fun to get to talk about this book as we read it. So the next book on my TBR is Hex by Thomas Oldhuvelt. I might be horribly mispronouncing his name, so I'm sorry if I am. But this one counts for the prompt that is, Samhain is more widely known as Halloween. Read a spooky horror/thriller novel. So horror and thriller are genres that I'm not usually very drawn to. I don't read a lot of those, or any that I can think of. But a while ago I heard about this book and it sounded kind of interesting. It does have a witch in it, but it's very different from the kind of witchy books that I normally read. But this one takes place in a small town that has kind of quarantined itself off. In this story, there is a bad witch that the town had to bind, but when they bound the witch, they also bound the town. So no one who lives in the town can leave, and they have quarantined themselves off so that no one new will come and be bound to this town. I think what happens is that one of the townspeople posts something about her on social media, and then all hell breaks loose and shenanigans. I don't really know, but it is horror/thriller. I don't know exactly which like what the distinction is and what it is, but we're gonna see how this goes. I do like reading witchy books, but usually I read witchy books where like we're rooting for the witch, you know, like we like the witch, and not so much ones where there's like an evil witch, but this one sounded kind of interesting. I'm intrigued enough to try it out, and you know, maybe I'll find out that I like horror / thriller books. Although that seems doubtful, because I feel like it's just gonna make me like very jumpy. Another prompt for this readathon is light a candle for your ancestors and read by candlelight. This is a time for honoring your kin. And so for this one, I don't have to pick a book, but I thought I would tell you about the candles that I might be burning. So for this one, I have this candle that says Be Fierce, that is from World Market. And the scent is orange, lemon, rosemary, cilantro, and mint, which are all scents that I really love. And this one smells really good. It's very fresh, and so I might burn this if I want something with a little bit of a scent to it. And then I also have these candle holders that are made out of selenite. These are selenite crystals that you put a little tea light in, and then the whole crystal glows. And I love these. I have 2 of them, so I like to light them both. And they give off this really like soft, warm glow, and it just like makes a little tea light seem so much bigger and so much more cozy. It feels like you have a little fire next to you, like a little hearth or something with these, and they just have such a nice glow to them. I really love selenite crystals. There was a point, I went through a phase where I like bought a ton of selenite, so I have selenite crystals like all over my room. I think, yeah, I actually have like a giant selenite lamp right behind me, and just like other pieces of selenite all over the place. So I will probably be lighting candles in these little candle holders, and then I might light a scented candle as well, or maybe incense or something like that. Then there are 2 prompts that I'm not sure I'm going to get to. One of them is, in honor of your ancestors, read a book that features your ethnic heritage. I actually just recently got a couple of books that would have worked for that prompt, but I really want to read them like in the winter, because they all have like more wintry vibes, so I want to read them like November, December, January. And I already feel like the 2 books that I have might be like, that's plenty for me to read in 1 week during my midterms. So I don't think I'm going to be getting to that prompt. And then the last one is read the group book The Girl Who Drank the Moon, and that is actually a book that I've been interested in and I do want to read it, but again, I don't know if I am going to get to it, and I really want to make sure that I definitely read The Dream Thieves and Hex, because if I don't read Hex during the Halloween season, I'm just never gonna read it. I don't think I'm gonna be in the mood to read that kind of book any other time of the year. So I might get to The Girl Who Drank the Moon eventually, but probably not during this readathon. If I end up having time and I want to, I actually do have it on overdrive, so I have the ebook on my phone, which I can read. That being said, I do have 2 more books that I have just in case I want to swap them out or something. So the first one is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This is one of her newest releases. It's a middle grade story about a girl who can see ghosts. Her parents are actually ghost hunters, and they end up in Edinburgh, Scotland, I think, to hunt ghosts there. I think that she has like a ghost friend, and then they have to like take down an evil ghost. I'm not 100% sure, but I really like Victoria Schwab, and I think this is her first middle grade book, so I'm really interested to see how that goes. And also this one will probably be really quick to read. It's pretty short, and of course like the type is fairly large, and there's a lot of space between the lines and everything because it's a middle grade book. So if somehow I have time, or if I want to swap out a book, I have this one. And then I also have an audiobook to listen to, which is Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray. This is the second book in the Diviners trilogy. It's another one that has a lot of paranormal elements to it. It takes place in New York City in the 1920s. It has lots of characters with different magical or paranormal abilities. Our main character, Evie, is able to touch objects and read their past. And there are lots of other characters with other kinds of powers as well. I'm not actually sure exactly what the second book is about. The first book had ghosts, it had a serial killer, it had a religious cult, and all kinds of stuff. And reading the first book made me very jumpy, so we'll see how the second one goes. But this is an audiobook, so if I want to listen to an audiobook, that is probably what I will be listening to during the readathon. So that is my TBR for the Witchathon. Let me know in the comments if any of you are participating in the Witchathon as well, and if you're doing any of the prompts / challenges, what some of the books are that are on your TBR. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye!